Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarQ Archives YouTube channel, where I do viewer-submitted gameplay reviews, coaching, live coaching on my Twitch stream at twitch.tv/KarQ. Chat is below saying hi. If you want your gameplay reviewed, come on over to the stream, follow the stream, and you'll build up loyalty points, and you can redeem it for 50,000. It's free. I have one in stock each stream. Mr. Awesome has submitted some Ana gameplay on Gibraltar. Gibby. Isn't that the Apex Legends hero? Alright, I like starting up here. I'm okay with this. Playing around the corner, doing a bit of healing. Nade that. Okay. Maybe their Diva Matrix is it, but you never know if she will or not. I usually just guarantee the kill, depending on the person. So you see this, she would have been too far to Matrix. You see a hook come out, your instinct should be to combo nade it. Add follow-up damage. Because she actually ends up living. Look at that. That would have been a free kill. So you're here, you're chilling, you're chilling, you're chilling. Nade that comes out. Nade that with the as soon as you see the hog. Okay, sleep. Self-nading in this instance is fine because obviously you didn't use it earlier. If you're gonna like focus on healing, you're kind of just staring in this direction. You kind of just want to hug a wall while you do it. If you feel like there's a lot of damage incoming onto your team and you don't feel like there's any time to turn and shoot the enemy, your instinct should be to like slowly backpedal as you're healing. You'll notice that a lot if you watch me or any other Ana players. It's like if you're gonna play here and they weren't taking that much damage, you obviously do some DPS because that's the reason why you're here. But if you need to like hard pocket, you should automatically be moving your body backwards into cover so you can do it a bit more safely. It's just like one of those instincts you have to build. Use covers, that's right. The rubber covers, those ones too, right, Max? Is that what you meant? Or am I just reading that one wrong? Okay, so there's three there. That's a nade onto the Symmetra or yourself here. Okay, if you go for that sleep, I think you can actually nade that. I'm sure the mech goes down, but your team was following up, so it's fine that you didn't. I'm just saying that's another option that sometimes could be helpful to guarantee the D-mech, depending on the situation. In high-ranked GM games, I would always do it. So same instinct, same thing right there. Do you see how your team had to get anti'd and they took a lot of damage before you decided to nade? Honestly, you just do it to secure the kills. So same idea as right at the beginning. Your hog gets this hook. Your instinct is to either shoot or nade this. I would probably just nade it. She survives. She gets a triple anti on your team, which honestly might allow them to like retake the fight. But if you instantly reacted to the hook and naded it, she would have died immediately upon the shot, and that probably wouldn't have happened. I think you guys still win anyways, but you probably had games where you think you're winning the whole time, so you decide not to waste any abilities or cooldowns, and then they end up retaking, and they kill you, and you're like, fuck, I should have used my ability. In my experience, I'd say you should use that more often than you hold it. There will be times where it's better that you didn't use it because you fully knew that she was going to die, but I've ran through that simulation many times where my hog hooks someone and they never die, so I just have it ingrained in me to do it more often than I don't, depending on the situation. And those two, I probably would have. Okay, so right now, I do not suggest playing on cart. This is just no bueno. Do you see how your entire team's just chilling and running away? And you're just on cart like this. When the payload rounds the corner, the payload is a 7.5 meter radius, which means the contesting area to move is probably like something like this. So all you do here is you just chill around this corner, and it can keep pushing until it rounds the corner. There's no reason to like dry peek this because they have so many people firing stuff at you. So I don't like what you're doing right here. So your team's kind of hugging to the right, trying to juke some damage. So you kind of just chill here, pocket, until you see maybe a teammate or a tank takes space forward, that's when you can like wide swing out. But you shouldn't be the first one out like this. In their eyes, this is what they see. This is like, oh my god, look, there's an Ana there, guys. Hey, I can shoot her. This drunk rat, these guys are going up here, but you know, this is just not ideal where you're at right now. Okay, you don't need to nade that as well. So there's not really good nade usage right there. This guy's fully out of cover, not taking any damage. Just shoot him twice. Boop. And then shoot him one more time. That your nade cooldown is so important. There's no reason to trigger a 10-second cooldown for an instant where you don't need to. Obviously, sometimes you brain fart, and so do I. I make that mistake sometimes as well, but that one should be super avoidable.
Group up with me. Group up at my position.
Okay, your entire team is dead. Honestly, don't peek this.
Rendezvous at my position.
Understood.
Group up at my position.
Understood. I got it.
What?
Amplification makes it ready.
Okay, so in fights like this, fights taking place here, you usually either start here, or sometimes I play here, up these stairs, and I jiggle it, checking where I can get threatened by damage. If they're all on cart, like this, I probably play these stairs. If I see they have a sniper playing up on the high ground, I probably don't play on these stairs. I'll like play down here just to cut sight lines. But because like 4 of them are already here, I would just play up these stairs. Very low chance they're actually going to go for you. And you can keep track of anybody who pops up here as long as you don't get bursted. Yeah. Now you're running into a team fight, you're probably going to die here. Which is why that entire fight would be better off with you playing back there. Also, I noticed you're shooting a lot of unscoped shots here. This is where quick scoping would be really helpful. I'm not sure if you know how to do it exactly yet. Alright. Nade that. Just nade him. Nade him. So he was in a healing pad, and it's one more kill to secure the point. You just go for it right there. Shot nade.
All soldiers are hard to kill. Rendezvous at my position. Nano boost almost ready. As the aim is going to live.
Okay, so same idea here. I like the thing where you push payloads by standing on it is the shit you do in 2016 Overwatch, not in 2020. You can do it a little bit as like, you know, as a little meme thing while nothing's going on, but as soon as team fights start breaking out, like you can still push and you're in cover. Like there's no reason to do this once you round the corner. Sometimes I stand on it and like scratch my nose and read chat or whatever. That's fine because it moves for me. But the minute you're like rounding corners and team fights are breaking out, you should be off this thing. You don't stand on it. Just use the actual cover it gives you. Okay, so you're moving really far forward where you don't need to be. It's still a neutral 6 versus 6 right now. As a support, you only ever mid to front line if you literally have a huge numbers advantage, and you moving up will give you a better nade angle or something to secure some kills. But it was still, obviously Sigma's dead now, but just like a few seconds ago, nobody was dead. It was a neutral, and you're playing in front of like Zarya. What if your Zarya just randomly decides to backpedal? Then suddenly you get caught out, right? You can't tell what she's gonna do all the time. You can accomplish what you're doing by just pocketing your team by playing behind this cover for now, and you stay out of Junk's AoE. You kind of just chill here, you know, you jiggle peek this, you juice your team up, you know, you can even fire at the enemies from this spot. And then once your team takes that space, then you can start moving up a little bit. But what you're doing here, you're positioning, it's too far forward here. Because once you're too far forward, your Ashe and Hanzo are behind you. How are you going to heal them? Now you have to turn around and heal them, but now you put your back against them, right? Honestly, you start here because your ball just came out of spawn. She needs to, or he needs to, he or she, or they need to get up. Okay, so now you're kind of rotating back. The junk gets a big tire. You do dodge it, but I think it's their fight. This will be tough to win. Yeah. So you're moving up, but yeah. Don't like that, but your ball saved you with that boop. You don't need to go into that mega. You reload. Try to heal your Hanzo right there to your top right. But you're moving forward while you're healing. So like that angle, you kind of started like rolling forward while you're doing that. If you really need to heal your Hanzo from this angle, you chill behind cover. Your ball backed up. Jump, quick scope, all that good stuff. You kind of just tunnel vision. Oh, someone needs healing. Let me lean forward and get him. You just got smoked. Now you have to force. You naded yourself as a response to that. Instead of, you know, not having to use your nade in that scenario, you'd have an anti available. So it's just a lot of ability and nade management. Same idea. You're doing the same thing right now. Do you see what you're doing? You're kind of like, let me just run across. The path you took was like this in front of 3 people. Obviously, you didn't get shot at or punished here, but the higher you climb, you're going to get absolutely just every time. They're going to be like, what are you doing on their POV? Does KarQ only do healer reviews? No, I do anything, but most people who send it here are mostly support players. It's almost as if since I'm a support main, most of the viewers are probably support mains. But I'm definitely the best at reviewing Ana and support gameplay, but I can totally review your DPS and tank stuff. Okay, so you see how you're... You see your pathing? You're kind of like, oh, let me fight, back, fight. I actually think the best position on this map for Ana, you can start here, but if you have any, like if the team fight's going on, you keep fighting. If it feels like you've won the fight and they're gonna respawn, you have some downtime, I would actually rotate up these stairs and play from here. I think this is actually so good. Here, or a more aggressive version would be here. Okay. So your ball's rolling out, so you went the wrong way, then you get killed here. Next fight. You have a nano boost. You're gonna look to try to combo it with maybe your high energy Zarya, but she just died, so she doesn't have high energy. Honestly, you just give it the ball for space. It seems like you guys are trying to round the corner, but you can't here, so you give it to the ball, so he gets a ginormous damage slam, and it forces them to use a bunch of healing just from that ball slam. And then he rolls around and causes chaos. You don't need to nade that again because they're kind of full HP. You're pathing again right here. You're turning your back like this. You're like, oh, let me just walk up this way, like this. You're kind of just standing here, back facing them, trying to look this way. And then from their POV, they're like, oh my god, look at this Ana right here. They're kind of behind cover, but look at this Ana right here. Look at that HP. Look at this soldier's probably like, whoa, what the fuck? Their Ana's punishable, right?
Go to sleep.
And you're the only one that gets caught in the grab. Boom. So, I think
You're going to be okay.
somehow you won though. Very nice. Your team kind of carried you there. You kind of didn't do anything after that. You kind of just got rolled by the grab. But that's okay. It's okay to be carried. But we want to refine your gameplay as much as you can. So the games where your team doesn't hardcore carry you, you can find it in you to carry. So I don't ever stand here, like ever. And the reason why is I would only ever go here if I had dive tanks and we were dominating and spawn camping and controlling the space. But we're not. You guys are all back here. You're playing here. No one's healing this Ash, number one. Number two, you can't, nobody's checking if they're coming up the stairs. You literally instantly die if anybody else comes up here and kills you immediately. Or if you get shot here, you have no escape. So then your only option is to drop down on the ground, in which you're probably dead here as well. So I would not stand here. Lucky, thank you for the Prime sub. Welcome. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. So I think you rotate out.
Eyes on the bad guys.
I would stand here sometimes, depending on it, but looks like they're still pushing the bottom, so you want to help here. You don't need to fall. Okay, so Ma'am Sorrow, thank you for the 3 months as well. Welcome back, Ma'am Sorrow. Thank you for your support. Okay, so you cleared some people here, and then you know people are moving cart. Your team sees it, and you're already here. Option one is to come up to this blue box and shoot from up here. Hold this base. You can still pressure and annoy them from this angle. Number two is like just chill here with your Hanzo, shoot, and then rotate around to the server. But you chose the worst one, which is just to throw yourself down onto the ground to help. But you have to understand your role as a sniper healer. You're so much less effective up close to Orion. You kind of just giving your advantage away of being a long-range sniper by just walking in front of this Reinhardt. What do you do here? And you also drop blind. Obviously, we have X-ray vision and we know no enemies are underneath, but you kind of just jump down and you didn't even turn around. You don't know. Like, you just, this positioning is a no bueno, right? Up here, or go to the right, or just stand here. I see this Ana. My first instinct, if I'm already here, like, my first instinct would be to go up here, but if I'm walking here like this and I see this Ana, I wouldn't go up yet. I'd be like, oh, Ana's free. Do you have all your cooldowns? Yes. She's actually just dead. I would instantly shoot, nade, shoot, and she's dead. But instead of that, you go for the sleep first and you drop, like, you didn't even notice the Ryan would show up. Like, that's what I mean. If you stayed here long enough, you would have seen this Ryan come up and then he can't do anything to you. This Ana wasn't looking at you, but because you're tunnel visioning onto the Ana, drop to the ground, this Ryan all of a sudden shows up and you're like, oh shit. What is this? And then nobody can test. And then they just cap it. Oh my god. Oh no.
I've seen it. You're going to live.
Okay, so you're doing the exact same thing again. They need healing, but you're kind of just, well, you feel like you have this tendency where you really want to path really close up to the team or the front. You're doing that to the enemies. You like to just run up to them. And your teammates, when they're low, you like to just keep getting closer and closer and closer and closer. But you're just killing your own advantage. If you have a habit of trying to get really close to your teammates to heal every time, despite being a sniper, just play Moira at that point. You know what I mean? Why play Ana? Where you should be is probably around this, using cover like this, so you can just scope in and keep healing the Zarya. You accomplish the same thing, or you'd be up on this box, I think, and you get this angle and cover yourself. It also feels like you don't really quick scope, because I think one of the reasons maybe why you're going close is because you're not comfortable with quick scoping yet. And if you're not comfortable with quick scoping, you're mostly unscoped shooting, which will naturally be less accurate from a distance. Just nano him. I guess he lives. Yeah, do you see the range you're kind of playing at here? Play Moira, in my opinion. I think it might suit your style a bit better if you're going to play like this. It's going to be a bit tough to unlearn and learn something new. Also, now that the fight is over, I wouldn't stand here. I'd probably rotate, or number two, be really aggressive. Standing here, kind of just, I guess you can watch one door, but not really. Your McCree's watching this, so like sometimes what I do is at this point, I just jump up here, and I just sit here, and I look for any foot. If I see the first foot, or I use my ears and I listen for footsteps, I just throw a nade and then run. And then 5 of them get anti, and they're like, fuck, we gotta wait till the anti's over. And then you sit here chuckling, because you gain like, I don't know, fucking like 20% ult charge. But you already have nano, so you don't have to do that as much. So the other option, instead of doing that, is to come back up the stairs here and just start up here. Or come up here. Top up here. And now you actually get to watch all 4 doors. Also, it looks like your hog's about to feed. So. He somehow lives. Oh, that was such a nade opportunity that you missed there. Did the Ryan block it? What happened? He was full. Actually, as soon as he rounds the corner and you don't see anybody right away, the instinct should be to not panic nade him right away. That's why, like, this position here, if you're chilling here the whole time as the first option I showed you, obviously you already have your nano, but you would have had like a 5-person anti right there. Oh, and the hog blasts them all. Oh, if you had an anti there, that would have been so juicy. But moving up here is fine because you're pocketing, but then the soldier just visors and shoots you anyways. Let's move on. We'll watch one more fight, and then we'll pretty much... I got an idea of what you need to work on. Splash nade, right there.
Get healed.
You see the Zarya grav? You see a Rhine shield? I see this. I just throw it up here. Throw the nade here, and then you get to tag both. Instead of just throwing it into the shield and hoping that he drops it, which he probably won't. But you should have like been right here. You see the nade, you splash it, then you play around this corner here. Or at some place where you can immediately retreat. But you're getting close to them again like this. You're playing Moira style. And now you are caught. Your Zarya has to burn bubble for you. Wait, you lived. Enemy team didn't punish you. You 100% are dead. Anywhere above platinum, diamond probably. Okay, so now you're hugging it. You took so much extra damage, you have to nade yourself because of that initial positioning. You probably could have slept that Rhine as he charged. Oh no, you chucked your sleep out already, never mind. Like you're getting into his swing range again. He missed his swing on you, but same idea here, same thing. See Ryan's here, you just keep your distance. And if anything, I would guess that he has shatter. I see that he doesn't on this replay, but my instinct as Anna is like, he might have shatter, so I would actually hug this door like this. In this position. If he shatters, I'm ready to just dodge it. I just shoot from here. Why are you getting into his swing range, right? Why are we doing this? Look at your HP. He gets one swing on you, and if he landed the other one, you would have died. Okay, so the biggest takeaway, Mr. Awesome, from this Anna gameplay is that, what I said, you're kind of playing like Moira. I think you need to take advantage of the fact that you're a sniper. Don't path your way into the enemies. You don't even have to path your way into your teammates that close too to shoot unscoped shots. Be confident in your scoped ability. You're only shooting unscoped 80% of the time. Just pick a better position. Use the advantage of being a sniper. You can stay scoped in if you're relatively safe, and you get more accurate shots too instead of playing up close unscoped. Up close unscope is like the in-between style. It's like 1/3 of your playstyle, but this is like more than 80% of your playstyle. And as always, a balance between all three styles, right? Quick scope, unscoped, and fully scoped, and you're unscoped 80% of the time. Positioning, starting positioning, big thing to work on. Instead of running into the enemies is another one. And then you kind of run, and then you turn around, and then you do like the thing where you put your back against them. I think if you clean that up, that would help a lot. And then you slowly start implementing your scoped and unscoped stuff. And then number 3, remember I saw you just like chuck nades out randomly. Like your teammate, your Hanzo here was just really safe around a corner. He's literally standing right here. And then you're like, shoot, fuck it, let me just nade him. All right, that nade is such a really important cooldown on Anna. You want to be looking for aggressive antis with it, but I don't think I saw too many of those. You're just using it defensively, and there were definitely a lot of opportunities to use them offensively. Nothing wrong with using it defensively if needed, but if needed and isn't with an asterisk. You're definitely using it when it was not needed defensively. And yeah, those are the biggest takeaways. This is got to be one of your worst games. It's all good, Mr. Awesome. It's a learning experience. Hopefully you took that was some good advice. Take that into account the next time you queue up Anna, Mr. Awesome. Chat, what rank do we think Mr. Awesome is? And then we're going to play some Apex Legends. Were you guys talking about ass and fucking fart jokes the whole time? I was not reading chat. I was focused on trying to help Mr. Awesome. And here, my chat's just trolling. Oh my god. You trolls, it's okay. Silver, gold, lots of people saying gold. I mean, butt jokes are always fun. Silver, silver, gold. All right, Mr. Awesome, what was your rank? We'll see if the chat was correct. 247. $16.90 SR, which is your highest. So this is silver. Very much in low mid silver. There's your answer, chat. There you go. Good. All right. The way you saw he wasn't punished, you say gold. Yeah, like a lot of times, like I said, you're pathing and you weren't getting punished, which tells me it was a lot lower. So work on those. You're good. I'll see you in gold next time. Thank you for submitting.